Tiffany here at the GHSTV studio, here to talk about a big event that happened not that long ago here at the school. A visit from New York best-selling author Tiffany Jewell. On April 7th, Tiffany Jewell visited GHS to discuss her new book, This Book is Anti-Racist, which talks about some steps we can take to try and become less racist towards people who have either different colored skin, practice a different religion, or are part of a different race. She did 2 different presentations on that day. One at 8:15 a.m. for just GHS to watch, and one at 6:15 p.m. for the public to see. We will show you footage of her public speaking event, but first, we take you now to Carlito in the library.
Hi, I'm Carlito, and today I am here with Miss Pollock. Now, why did you bring Tiffany Jewell to the school?
Well, our school in our district has been working on anti-racism for a few years now. We've worked with the Community Action Stand-Up youth program and Glenn Franklin to do lessons both with the teachers and staff and with the students in classrooms over the past few years. And since Tiffany's book is in line with the work that we've already been doing in our district and that we're committed to, it seemed like she would be a really good fit for visiting GHS. I also think that the topic of her book, This Book is Anti-Racist, is such an important topic that we really need to address head on, and I thought that she would make a great contribution to our efforts in that area.
And now, here is some footage of Tiffany at the public event answering some questions.
When you mentioned the sort of dismal, horrific policies that are being put in place by certain politicians and policymakers about, don't say gay, and how horrible it is to even be mentioning racism to little kids, and so I'm curious about your thoughts about how to sort of not be hurt by that, not be like just feel sort of defeated by that, because it feels like this rampant wave of this across the U.S. right now, the pendulum swinging, as you've said. And I would say that one thing I'm feeling is an antidote to that is being here tonight with you and with everybody. And I'm wondering about other things that you have found that are antidotes to that help when you're hearing that on the news or something. What helps?
Having young children helps because they're so egocentric. They don't allow me to deal with that. But for also the looking at the characteristics of white supremacy culture has really helped me understand where some folks are, right? So you think of some of the politicians and how they're really driving forces fear, and how fear is so integral in maintaining a system of racism and oppression, homophobia, transphobia, all of those things. And so really kind of doing that work of acknowledging we're not all in the same place right now. And while some of us are looking for the antidote to fear, some of us are really looking towards fear as the explanation for why things are the way they are.
Well, there you have it, folks. We would like to once again thank her for coming to the school. This is Gabe Toomey returning you to your regularly scheduled program.
What is our club?
So it's an opportunity for the students to come to a place where they can be around other people who are interested in art and just be creative together. That's the basic idea behind it, is that creativity and art in general, I think, is sort of something that's contagious. So if you are somebody who enjoys making things and being creative, when you're around a group of people who are, who kind of think in the same way, I think it is really inspiring and can be really enjoyable. And it's also, just a place for, people to hang out after school. We don't always just talk about art in here. We talk about all kinds of things. And the second thing that I would say our club is about, which I want to push, in future years, is, creating things that can be displayed throughout the school and possibly the community.
What kinds of things do you do in our club?
So we do kind of a little bit of everything. We've got people who have made sculptures. There's a bunch of sculptures in the back of the classroom over there in various stages of progress. A lot of people have been working on paintings. We got somebody over there right now who's just doing a sketching in their sketchbook. Some people bring their tablets here and do like digital drawing. So most days I'll have sort of like when I started out the art club, I had like an overall project that people could do if they wanted to, but if they weren't really into that project, they're free to use the materials in the room to do something completely different.
Where should students go if they're interested?
They should see me. So they can email me. My email address is jargre1@gpsk12.org, and they could also just show up to one of my classrooms at the end of the day or between periods and talk to me about it. I have 2 different classrooms because I'm the graphic design teacher and digital art teacher, as well as doing visual art classes up here. So my room on the second floor is 2007, and my room on the first floor is 1024.
And anything else you want to say about our club?
I would say, it's open to anybody. We've got some pretty talented people who have joined, but it does, just because you don't have talent doesn't mean you can't do art. Practice, is good for any kind of skill. You're always going to get better if you practice, right? So, don't be shy if you're somebody who likes to make art. Show up here on Thursdays after school and see what it's all about, and we're welcoming to anybody. But as of right now, anybody is welcome. Like I said before, it's just a place for like-minded people to come and be creative. So.
Awesome.
Hello there, and welcome to How Do You Feel? In today's episode, we're going to be interviewing both staff and students on how do they feel about this year, to describe it in one word, and why. Let us continue.
Hi, Ms. Deegan. Hi. Could you describe me the school year in one word and why?
My one word would probably be chaotic, and I think the best reason why would be all of the changes, not knowing the comings and goings, and having to adjust to being back after being home for so long.
Okay, thank you. How do you feel about this school year in one word
Complicated.
and why?
It's complicated because everything keeps changing. It's never always the same, and you have to be very adaptable and try to figure out all of the different things as they're sort of coming all the time.
Okay, thank you for your time. All right, hello, Justice.
Hi.
How do you feel about this school year? Describe it in one word.
I describe it as interesting because it's my first year at the high school, and it's just moving to a new school and making a lot of new friends. So, yeah.
Thank you for your time.
Yep.
All right, how do you feel about the school year in one word
I would say crazy.
and why?
It's just been a mix of everybody coming back from like the pandemic and being at home. And I think I don't know, part of me has like forgotten how people like interact with each other. Just all the drama of people and the drama of balancing like school and social life. I think that's kind of what's made it really crazy for me.
All right, thank you for your time. How do you feel about this school year in one word?
It's decent. I guess it isn't the best, but it could be better.
And why?
A lot of things have just happened. Like, it's been a crazy year, so.
Okay. Well, thank you for your time. Describe your school year in one word.
Chaotic.
And why?
Some days are crazy, some days are just chill, some days are fun. Yeah.
The yearbook class Greenway Productions is hard at work on this year's edition of the Greenfield of the Evergreen GHS yearbook. Kaylee and Alexis asked the yearbook staff about what it takes to make a yearbook.
So before we even started on the online software, we had to start by making a page ladder with which pages we wanted to put in the yearbook and what order and whatnot, and then we imported that into the software online, and then the rest of that is just editing, making templates, uploading images, and putting the pages together.
Pretty much the whole year. We need like the whole year time frame to get pictures for each event. Like everything is all at different times. I mean, it's a lot of effort to make it. So
we need pictures really bad. Like even we have a lot of mixed grade candidates of people obviously from different grades, but we don't have a lot of people who are friends with people in their grades. So there are like no 11th grade picture candidates, and the candidates will go after the school pictures to just show that we like school, I guess.
You can either go to any of our emails, but mainly Destiny's, which is dsul122@gpsk12.org.
The class as a whole kind of decides what looks good and what doesn't look good. We have different sections of the yearbook that we focus on. We're all like editors of different parts of the yearbook. There's photography, there's sports, clubs, senior section, there's all those different types of categories. So we each work individually or with a small group on those pages, and then once those are done, we look them over as a class and decide if we can mark them as complete.
Not having everything that we need, like pictures for instance, like the time frame that we like are trying to like achieve on finishing the yearbook, like we need everything to be set and done at a certain time, so like we just need everything, like pictures like I said.
Yeah, and seniors are out on May 27th in most of our classes with seniors, so we have to get it done a lot faster than usual.
Yeah, so just need more.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a Nice Death is a roguelike early access game where you play as an overworked death whose employees have run rampant, completely throwing off the balance of souls and his vacation plans. Have a Nice Death came out on March 8th, 2022 by Magic Design Studios, and all of the game is hand-drawn and very nice to look at. If you don't know what a roguelike is, it's a subgenre of role-playing video games categorized by dungeon crawl through procedurally generated levels, turn-based gameplay, grid-based movement, and permanent death of the player character. One of the amazing things about this game are the bosses. The bosses are very fun to face and have really good dialogue, but one of the things that's not very good is the lack of gameplay and stuff to do after you beat all the bosses. But overall, it's a really good game, and I would recommend this game to anyone looking for a cheap, challenging, and fun experience.